I look around at my patch of County Durham and I struggle. I really, 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 really mean this. I really struggle to find any evidence. You know, when I was at school collecting free school meals, the grandson of a miner, the son of a single parent, I struggle to see any overwhelming evidence of quote unquote white privilege. How dare you suggest that people in places like this, and there are their parents, we have sister sort of states in America, no doubt, that look somewhat like County Durham, former industrial heartlands. How dare you say that we are guilty of white privilege? You know nothing about me. So that's my view on that.
And you don't have to go on a course to have the racism coaxed out of you. I mean, the principle of this critical race theory, as you've suggested, is that it implies anybody that isn't from a black or minority ethnic background is somehow just born racist. And my biggest concern with that, Darren, is that it's very divisive. It will make people angry, but it also lets the real racists off the hook.
Of course it does, because in so many ways, and we see this with homophobia, we see this with transphobia, we see this with so many isms or phobias. I could go on and on with that list. It seems to be ever growing. The problem is, bandying about these words, you dilute the severity of the words. Genuine cases of homophobia, of course, should be taken very seriously. Genuine cases of transphobia, of course, should be taken very seriously. Genuine cases of racism absolutely must be taken seriously. But the issue is that we really are, in the way in which these words are used in scenarios like this, some quack theory that someone has come up with to sell a few books, Mark. The idea of white privilege and saying that we're all inherently racist, you dilute the severity of those things and actually divide us, not just here, but in the United States of America. And I don't think that's surely a desirable outcome. And far from, in the days of the very laudable aims of Dr. King, when we were talking about judging people on the content of their character and not the color of their skin. If anything, these activists want us to focus entirely, exclusively on the colour of our skin or our identity. And it is the most divisive thing you can possibly do. So I will always be opposed to this identity politics stuff, because I do think that, one, it's taken our attention away from issues that actually matter, Mark. You know, you and I shouldn't be talking about this stuff. We should be talking about all of the businesses up and down the country that are going to be suffering because June 21st isn't going ahead, because Freedom Day isn't going ahead. Instead, we're talking about some quack theory that some divisive activist has come up with.